I am Reed. I am 27. Just an average dude. I've made tons of money mistakes in my 20s, and now I want to share everything I've learned to help you take control of your finances and your life. So let me start with something real. I see all these videos online telling you how to get rich quick, how to flip money, how to be a millionaire by 25. And I am not going to lie to you. Most of it is garbage, but here's the thing that nobody talks about. The biggest reason most people never build wealth isn't because they lazy or dumb or making bad choices. It is because they've been fed lies their entire lives about how money actually works. And the scariest part is these lies are coming from people who genuinely care about you. Your parents, your teachers, your friends, your mentors, they not trying to hold you back. They genuinely believe what they retelling you, but they wrong. And if you keep listening to them, you are going to stay stuck. I know because I was stuck. At 20 years old, I was a mess. I had no savings, no direction, and I was genuinely convinced I was just going to be broke forever. I believed every single one of these lies. And it took me years of failing and learning and unlearning to figure out what actually works. So today I want to break down the top 10 lies about getting rich in your 20s, and I want to give you the real truth based on my experience. Not some textbook theory. Not some guru hype, just real stuff that actually worked for a normal guy like me. Lie number 1. You have to be smart to get rich. You need good grades. This is honestly the funniest and most damaging lie out there. I was a terrible student. I mean, really terrible. I got D's in high school. Not C's, not a couple B's, straight D's. I failed so many classes I lost count. Teachers would call my house asking if I needed to be in special programs because they genuinely thought something was wrong with me, and I started to believe them. I thought maybe I was just stupid, maybe I was destined to be a loser my whole life, but then I started paying attention to the world around me. I watched guys on YouTube and Twitch who were barely out of high school making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Meanwhile, my friend who got straight A's and went to a great school for finance was working 80-hour weeks just to clear 6 figures. Tell me who is smarter. The point is not that school is useless. The point is that book smarts and grades are not what make you rich. What makes you rich is critical thinking and figuring out how to create value, and those things are completely learnable. They have nothing to do with your GPA. The smartest thing I ever did was stop letting my grades define what I was capable of. Lie number 2, your 9 to 5 will make you rich. Just stay comfortable, just keep showing up. No dude at 1. I am sorry to be blunt, but it is true. Unless you are at a startup with crazy equity, or you are a VP at a huge company, your job is not going to make you wealthy. And here is why. Your employer needs your labor. That is the deal. They pay you enough to keep you showing up, enough to keep you comfortable, but not enough to give you the urgency to build something for yourself. That is what people call golden handcuffs. A comfortable employee is a reliable one, but comfort is the enemy of wealth. Your job gives you income in exchange for your time. The moment you stop working, the income stops. That is the problem. A business or investments or content or anything that can generate value, whether you are there or not, that is leverage. That is what makes you wealthy. Use your job as a stepping stone. Use the stability, but never mistake it for a guaranteed path to wealth, because it is not. Lie number 3, you've got time. Just relax. Take it easy. You are young. I am not trying to be a downer here, but I am 27 turning 28, and I can tell you from experience your 20s go by in an absolute blink. I am not saying that as a cliche. I mean it literally. One day you are turning 20, and the next thing you know it has been almost a decade. I am not saying don't enjoy your 20s, have fun, build friendships, go to parties, that stuff matters, but there is a huge difference between living your 20s fully and just floating through them because someone told you there was no rush. There is a rush. And here is what nobody tells you. In your 20s, you have no mortgage, no kids, no serious obligations tying you down. That is freedom, that is optionality, and that asset is quietly expiring every year that passes. A few years of focused effort in your 20s can set you up for your entire life. That is not hype, that is math. And when you put your head down and build it actually feels good. It is exciting. Don't let anyone talk you out of this stage. This is what built me. Lie number 4, rich people just got lucky or had inheritance. I hear this all the time. In my comments, you just got lucky. Daddy's money must be nice. And look, statistically, it is physically impossible for most wealthy people to have gotten rich purely through luck or inheritance. The numbers don't support it, but the real problem with this lie is what it does to your mindset. When you believe success is luck, you are building yourself a comfortable exit ramp into failure because why bother, right? He just got lucky. It doesn't matter. We can all just chill. I used to think this way and it kept me stuck. I see it all the time. On Reddit, some 22-year-old shares that they reworth 6 figures. And the comments are flooded with grown men who never tried anything in their lives saying, oh daddy's money, oh must be nice, stay far away from those people. They will keep you on the outside looking in. Success is not luck, it is skill and effort and consistency and learning from failure. Period. Lie number 5, wait until you are ready. Everything needs to be perfect before you start. This is the lie that almost kept me from starting my business and my YouTube channel. I wanted everything to be perfect. The logo, the camera quality, the mic quality, the lighting. If you go back and watch my early videos, I sound terrible. My audio was bad, my delivery was awkward, my lighting was garbage, but if I had waited until everything was perfect, I would never have started. And look at what would have happened if I didn't. Ready does not exist. Nobody has ever felt truly ready. The feeling of readiness is a lie. Your brain tells you to avoid discomfort and uncertainty. And that uncertainty is actually the fun part. Worst case, you try something and it doesn't work. Best case, you build something life-changing, jump out of the plane, and build your parachute on the way down. Figure it out because you have to. And that pressure is one of the most powerful forces in the world. Lie number 6. You need to take huge risks. You need to bet everything. Go all in. This lie keeps so many people frozen. They think getting rich requires burning your safety net and gambling everything, but that is not realistic. Most people shouldn't do that. I didn't do that. What actually does the heavy lifting is skills and income. That is it. If you focus on building real skills that generate income, you are 70% of the way there. For me, I built real income first through a sales job where I learned a skill, got paid, and built my own client base. Then I used that skill to start my own agency. It was a huge, massive bet. It didn't cost me any money. It cost me time. You don't need to jump off a cliff and hope for the best. Smart, calculated, consistent risks beat big, reckless ones every single time. Lie number 7. Hard work alone will make you rich. Let me be clear. You are not building anything significant without putting in real work. That is not what I am saying. But hard work alone is not enough. A janitor and a CEO both work extremely hard. They both put in long hours, but their financial outcomes are completely different. Why? Because the CEO has leverage, he has a team, he has assets, he has systems that generate value beyond his own time. The janitor is trading time for money. That is it. We all have 24 hours in a day. You can only work so many of them. So you need to ask yourself, how do I build leverage? How do I get employees working for me? How do I create content that generates value while I sleep? How do I build a business that grows without my constant input? Hard work gets you in the game. Leverage is how you win. Lie number 8. You need a formal education. I barely graduated high school. I failed more classes than I passed, but I had this obsession with entrepreneurship from a young age. I tried Twitch streaming. I tried real estate wholesaling. I tried private equity deal sourcing. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to build, but I knew the direction, and I kept going. I learned from free videos, books, courses, mentors, people who had actually done what I was trying to do. I never paid for a university degree, and I honestly believe a degree would have slowed me down. I am not saying education has no value. For some careers like medicine, law, engineering, you need formal school. But if your goal is to build a business or make money, the internet has made that entirely possible without a single classroom. The most valuable education I ever got was from doing things, failing, figuring out what worked and what didn't. No school can give you that. Don't let the lack of a degree be the reason you don't start. Lie number 9, listen to your friends and family for financial advice. This one is tough because I know your family loves you and your friends mean well, but you need to stop taking financial advice from people whose finances are a mess. I've been through this. Family members, old friends, people who genuinely care about me gave me terrible money advice, and their own financial situation was a disaster. I am not saying they bad people. They not. They trying to help, but you wouldn't take relationship advice from someone who has been divorced 3 times. You wouldn't take fitness advice from someone who is completely out of shape. So why would you take financial advice from someone who is broke? Be selective, find people who have actually done what you are trying to do, learn from them, model what they did. Love and good intentions are great, but they don't make bad financial advice correct. And finally, lie number 10. You can save your way to wealth, just keep your expenses low and save. Saving is not a wealth strategy. Let me say that again. Saving is not a wealth strategy. It is damage control. It is a good habit to have. Yes, keep your expenses low. Yes, don't waste money on stupid purchases. Yes. But if your entire financial plan is built around cutting expenses and putting money in a savings account, you are going to be waiting a very long time for very small results. A savings account gives you what may be 5% interest that is barely keeping up with inflation. What actually builds wealth is income, cash flow, revenue. Then you take that money and put it into growing assets. You can only cut expenses so far. There is a floor to that, but your income has no floor and no ceiling. You can earn 10 grand a month. You can earn 20 grand a month. The math isn't even close. Stop optimizing the wrong variables. Obsess over income. If I could give you one goal right now, it would be this. Focus on getting to 10K a month in income, not 10K in investments, not $1 million net worth, not any of that fancy stuff. Just 10K a month in cash flow. That number is the sweet spot. Once you hit that, everything changes. You have breathing room, you have options, you can start investing real money. You can take bigger calculated risks, but you have to get there first. And the fastest way to get there is by stacking skills, building revenue, and saving what you can on top of that. So here's what I want you to take away from this video. Every single one of these lies is designed, whether intentionally or not, to keep you comfortable, to keep you compliant, to keep you average. Stay in school, be patient, rock the boat, save your money, wait your turn. But that is not how wealth works. That is not how life works. You need to go for it. You need to push hard. There is nothing wrong with wanting a cozy, comfortable life. But if you are watching this, I don't think that is what you want. I think you want more. And the first step to getting more is unlearning all the garbage you've been taught. Most of it was never even true to begin with. I am 27. I am just a normal guy. I didn't inherit money. I didn't get lucky. I didn't have some massive head start. I just stopped believing the lies and started building. And I promise you can do the same thing. Stack skills, build revenue, find leverage, and never ever let anyone convince you that you can. Do it. Peace.